Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to Healthy Touch. This is a channel that caters for your life at home, as a parent, or if you are a student, if you are a parent at home or a student training in healthy matters, healthy courses. So if this is your first time here, please, I urge you to subscribe to this channel. Click that subscribe and also that bell icon. In that, whenever we put a new video, you are the first to know that we have put one. Another thing, I request you to share these videos. Like them, leave comments, and if you have some questions, this Musau here will be answering all your questions. Most especially you who are training in health courses. So this is your channel, a healthy student. This is your channel if you are a student. And if you are a parent. My name is Chimuli Godfrey. And this is
Sarah Namaganda, health tutor, pediatric specialist, and midwife by origin, and a mother, parent, counselor, and everything.
Midwife by origin.
Yes.
So she's here. She will be answering all your questions in health matters. So if you want to have a question, if you have a question, leave it in that comment box. If you want to have any topic, there is any topic you want her to discuss, please leave it there. Let me request you to give them your number, if possible. Is it? I think.
Necessary, okay.
Yeah, it is necessary.
For purposes of consultation.
Of consultations, of questions. Yeah, you never know. There are some healthy schools, some schools which may need your consultations from you. You can give them
for academic purposes. And
academic purposes,
and
not social, not love gundi. Yeah. Let us go on. Not love.
Okay, for academic purposes and academic and health purposes.
Yeah, because you never know, a parent has some problem and you may be of help.
Just in cases of consultations. My number is the one that is on 24/7, unless otherwise it's 0703.
From those from outside, it is +256.
Yes.
+256.
For those within Uganda, it is 0703 50 2929. And for those outside Uganda, do not forget the code, the 2+256 before you call. It is on 24/7, but I still emphasize it is for consultation in cases of academic and health issues. Thank you.
Today we are going to look at stress. Mu Luganda kyebayita okwennyika oba okwennyikaala. Stress, but this time stress in children.
Yes.
Do also children get stressed? How do they get stressed? And what is stress, by the way?
Stress? I suppose.
I have to log in. Logging in tewali mutawana. I think it is better we start from there. What is stress?
Stress is feeling of emotional or physical tension. You are tensed up. You get tensed up emotionally and physically. It is the tension that you get. It comes as a result of stress.
Mu Luganda obeeraawo nga wennyise olinga alina kyotya, olinga alina kyebweraliikirira, oli ku bunkenke, omutima bye bagamba omutima guntyemuukirira.
Then physically, your body also responds to stress. Yes, that is. You so, physically can get tensed up.
Physical omuntu nakulaba naga this one is stressed ng'omubiri gulaga.
Nga niky'okwatako kigwa bukwi. Bw'okwatako okankana physically, those are tremors. You can also get noddukana. Because nga toli mulwadde naye nga oli stressed. Get diarrhea. Physically tensed noba nga ofuna n'omutwe ogukuluma, headache. That comes as a result of stress. So all that physically it will affect you. And so emotionally.
So, Musawo, yes. Can children also be stressed? These are young human beings. Can
children have been ignored as regards stress? But it is very important to notice, to understand that children also undergo stress. And it affects them so much that because we have ignored the stress in children, we rarely know that these children are getting stressed by whatever they go through, but whatever we do to them. So that's why it is very important we get to know stress in children and what are the stressors in children.
This is the topic today, stress in children and what are the stressors in children. We always hear grown-ups say, I'm stressed, don't stress me. I'm stressed, don't stress me. Now, we are looking at children, stress in children.
Thank you so much. You said that you hear adults say I'm stressed, but you may never hear a child say I'm stressed. But you'll observe what a child goes through as the result of stress.
He or she doesn't tell.
Yes.
But you have to see it.
Yes, there's a way it will manifest in this child. So before we go to how it will manifest, what are the causes of stress? Or what are the stressors in children? Stressors in children are so many that you'll get surprised we have been ignoring them because we didn't know they are stressors in children. And they have a degree of stressing these children. For example, this child can change a school. You can decide, let me change this child from this school to another school. This child will have lost friends. The environment will have become strange, where the teachers are so strange, and they are new. The friendship with the other teacher has now come to an end. So changing of a child from one school to another will be a stressor to this child. That is, so parents, guardians look into that as we change children from school to another. Then the children also are highly affected.
So sometimes they need to be involved in this process.
Exactly. They are supposed to be prepared for any change that will come in.
There has been new regulations for artists which were set by UCC, and these artists were saying that we don't say that we don't need regulations in our industry, but we are stakeholders. We are not involved. Why don't they involve us in those regulations? Why don't they ask? So in this process of changing schools, children are also stakeholders.
Yes.
They
must be involved.
But children are children.
To prepare them. I'm telling you like it is for a child who will not tell you anything. A child may not tell you that I have a headache.
Yes.
But you will see the signs of this being uncomfortable, some discomfort. The child may not tell that, depending on the age. Some children, of course, who are not due to speak, will not tell that I have a stomach ache. But of course, you will see the child flexing. There must be a problem in the tummy.
Yes.
So that is what children, the others will respond by crying. So for this child,
to tell you that
this is
your decision is not
exactly. We shall see how they will manifest with stress. But currently now we are looking at the stress, as we have said.
Yeah.
You change a child from a school to another.
It is a stressor.
It is a stressor to this child. You have detached this child from so many people the child has been close to and through with the environment as well. So there's also another big stressor in children. When the children lose their dear parents, that is number one stressor. It accounts for highest percentage of stress. So loss of a parent, whether father or mother, they will have been stressed. And they have to be involved in counseling them, in comforting them to see that they do not break down. Yes. Because there are signs of breaking down in a child. When a child has stress to the climax. And we don't need to wait for that. There is also, that is loss of a dear one parent. When they also lose friends in terms of death, you may not know that it is a stressor, but if a child lost a friend, probably at school, probably a playmate at home, so this child will get into a lot of stress. Other than a parent, even a friend. They also have friends.
Okay.
They are close to.
Yes.
And others, of course, they have a child at home whereby you stop this child from going to play with the neighbor's children. This child cries and refuses to eat until you say, okay, did you do this? And first do this, and then you shall go and play with them. Or you invite them to play at home. So that is a stress in a child. And you're going to see them lose appetite because they have lost that friendship that you have denied them. So please mark that. Other than that, there are also other stressors. Even a grandparent can cause the child stress. Loss of a grandparent also causes child to get stress. There's also another form of or cause of stress in children. It is denying them, actually denying them the right. That is one of them. Play and exercise.
Yes.
You are restricting them too much. Play and exercise to a child. So if you deny them this very right
of playing,
then it will stress the child. Barking at them is also a stressor. Children also understand. They're like, of course, human beings. We sometimes don't think they will understand, but we sit them down, talk to them. They do understand, and then you give them what they deserve, what they want.
We say, Suro mugoyo no mwana.
Spoil the child. Save the road and spoil the child. That is also not good. Before you come to beat, talk to them.
Okay.
After, of course, they understand and they know these are the do's, these are the don'ts. So they will
and they are don'ts because of this.
Yes.
Because there are some parents who say, don't do that without any reason.
Yes.
And this child also wants to know, but why?
But why? Of course.
So she
also
knows that do's and don'ts, but
with
the reason.
With a reason. Of course, these days, the children of .com understand a lot. And they will ask, Mommy, you're refusing me to do this. Why? So you explain to them. Like I was one time giving a talk on sex education, as in when should it begin? As early as 10 years, it is okay, but others think it is not. You only give what is right to be understood by this child, not what they don't require.
You do some things.
Yes, that is very good. They will understand, and they will go by your orders or your instructions if they have gotten a genuine reason from you. We are looking at stressors, back to stressors in children. So other stressors in children that we underlook are those parents who divorce. Divorce in parents is very, very, very much. So there was even a song. I'll sing it, by the way. I'll just give you a little chorus. And that this child had to sing this song. It was really touching. It was to parents who are divorced. And this child was singing, it was a he. singing to the dad. And this is how the song goes. Daddy, please find a reason. Stay with my mother. We both love you, Daddy. Please don't leave. And if you can't find a reason, Daddy, I wouldn't mind. If you want, take the reason to be me. So this child was singing the song and wanted the dad to know. And if there was no any other reason to merge up with his mother, at least he would look upon him, the child, as the reason, such that they would come together again, to bring him up together, to have a dad and a mom in the same, under the same roof. So that divorce of children, they will not tell you, but time may come. Out of their words, some of them are too young, innocently they will say words that will actually eventually bring you together. So divorce in parents is a very big stressor in children. And surprisingly, it is worsened by remarrying. When parents divorce and thereafter they remarry, each goes to get a different partner. This is also another stressor. These children may reject the new father. These children may reject the new mother. So there is a way they are stressed that we need to understand what these children go through. We need to comfort them because it's like now you're looking for a replacement of a dad, you're looking for a replacement of a mom. So that is another big stressor. So, and of course we talked, the very first one was their death. They lose the parents divorce, the parents remarry. Those are very big stressors. Then other stressors that you would not know. Not celebrating their birthdays. I'm telling you, it is
that small thing.
Yes, to them it could be. Of course, some of them still have the records of their birthdays. Unfortunately, some adults don't even know when their birthdays are due. But these children who know their birthdays, they would wish to have their birthdays celebrated because they could see others celebrate them. Why not theirs? When it comes to big days, also other big days, Christmas, Easter, those big days, they are expected to have them celebrated. But if uncelebrated, they go uncelebrated, these children will have stressors. Yes, they're also enjoying social gatherings where they find friends. So wherever, according to your level of income, you can have a social outing.
At your level.
At your level. Doesn't require you to go to a hotel. Doesn't require you to go to some exotic places. But you can decide to go and visit another family of relatives, of your relatives, of friends.
We are here. It is a place. You can be two families and gather here. You cook your mchere and these children eat and play together. It is an outing here.
Yes, you make life what you want it to be, and just have a gathering where you can an outing where you can have freedom, allow these children to play.
To take a soda, each his bottle. We used to say, just
one bottle.
One bottle of soda.
Child feels the difference. No, some others we can have it at home, but away from home can make
a soda away from home is better than
the one at home.
Yes.
So I believe if you took them for some social outings, they can meet friends, they can enjoy and return home very happy and fresh in mind. Yes. So those briefly we have talked about. There are just a few of the stressors
of the many
that you did not actually imagine would cause these children stress, but they are really stressors, and you should put them into account and consider them, not to suppress the children from growth and developing.
Okay.
And how will you know that this child is stressed?
Yes.
We are looking at how stress manifests in this child.
In these children, yeah.
As I said earlier, they may not tell you. Others may tell you, like this child sang a song. And there was also another child who was stressed by getting little food, yet the parent was getting much food. You know, of course, children children have smaller plates and they get little servings on their plates. So once there was an assessment of children, and so they were asked to draw anything of what they would think of. So this child draws a picture of 2 plates. There is a big plate
with too much
served
food.
with much food and another small plate served with little food. So what was there? The one for the big plate served with much food, draw a picture of the dad and wrote dad. Then the small one wrote me. So it's like what was stressing this child was the little food
given
that the child was served, yet the dad was served a plate full of food. So that was also a way of manifesting, or the way the child was telling, this little food stresses me, why dad gets this much food. So that is it. So before they say anything, you can be observant and see what really changes in their bodies, in their minds, about the environment that may be stressful without you knowing. So this is how some of them will manifest. Some people say this child sucked fingers, the thumb or the finger, whatever it is, but without knowing as to the reason why. Others project the stress into thumb sucking, rather thumb sucking. Yes, child nurses the stress through sucking the thumb or another finger. And others, of course, you may not know. They are, by culture, I believe they believe that others who have who do bedwetting, it is to them. But to others, when they persistently go into bedwetting at night, it is because
sometimes
of the stress.
It is stress.
Yes, they are stressed. And what surprises us also, that the children will manifest with stress in a way that they wake up in nightmares. They get nightmares. So nightmares, they wake up in the night and then begin screaming because they have dreamt. Something must have stressed them. This I'll give an example of my nephew. He used to watch a lot of those horrors, and then of course they are so scarce. So the whole day, during the holidays, he would watch that with the elder brothers. So what happened? He would wake up in the night and scream. Yet it was what? It was being caused by the scarce films that he would watch. And eventually, the grandma advised them to stop watching them because he would dream actually of them shouting as they were so scarce, referring to what he had seen during the day as he watches the films. So that is the nightmares can also be. They can manifest in form of nightmares, that there's something stressing them. Others, something very, very important. They call them biting teeth. Yes, biting of the teeth. It's like they crack at night as though they have eating on something hard. No, it is because
they say it is done by night dancers.
Exactly, by some culture. I believe your culture is my culture. The Baganda think it is whoever cracks or grinds teeth or chews teeth. I think like teeth grinding at night, chewing teeth like in the night. They believe you're a night dancer. So it is not. And when you look around, you'll see that there must be something that has caused this child to grind the teeth at night. It is a stressor that until you have found it out, that's when this child will stop. You go and then try to slap the child with whatever herbs you'll give to the child. I know others are deceived by herbs. It may not help until you have found out what stresses child, and then you do away with it. I mean, that is the funny thing. So others, I think, used to think that these children are night dancers. Why aren't you a night dancer if you're a parent? You're the parent, you're not a night dancer. Then why is this child a night dancer? So that is a manifestation of stress. And that goes to the climax they have gone. Others, performance in class.
In class, yes.
Changes totally. And how does it change? It does not improve. They deteriorate. There's a way the performance goes down because there must be a stressor.
The boy was doing well, the girl was doing well, and then...
And for teachers who are so observant, who have done sociology of education, they will know what has happened to this student, this pupil of mine, was performing so well, but what is happening? They can involve parents, first talk to the child. The children actually innocently can say whatever happens at home. And when you call parents, if it is actually the parents stressing the child, some parents refuse. And again, if you ask the child before the parent, then the child will just keep quiet. If it is the parent who is what? Who is stressing, like child abuse. No child will tell that I'm being abused at home before a parent.
Yes.
No.
Because he's the abuser.
Yes, he's the abuser.
Yes.
So they cannot.
Wait.
So. So that is how they will manifest. They will not tell, but you'll see them stressed.
Okay.
And if they have to tell you, they have to be handled with care and given space, that environment that is conducive for them to tell you that so and so is stressing me. Other than performance deteriorating in class, they can also have they lose their temper over something that is minor. They can also, for the bigger children, they can get so pissed off. They can set off quarrels, they can even fight because they already nagged up, they already fed up. They have topped up what? The stress. So that is how they will
react. Is full. When you click, it just bursts to another, to his fellow child.
We shall call it projection of stress onto someone else. Projection of anger, because there's a stressor, underlying stressor behind it. So that is how they will react. Others will become so clingy, they cling on someone because there's a stressor. We have seen this with the caregivers at home. So the caregiver might be too bad to an extent that the relationship between this child and the caregiver, call it the maid, babysitter, is not so good. So every time the mother comes back from work, this child now begins to cling on to the mother and showing that something has happened. That's the cling.
You are my savior.
Yes.
He is not coming to you as in love, but you are relieving him of his danger.
Stress, yes. And it has also happened even to when the mother is going to work. This child will cry. If the auntie is at home, he's going to stay. But for an auntie or babysitter or nanny who is at home and has, of course, loves this child, the child will not even make noise. The child will remain happy because they can play together, they can sing together, cooks, they eat together like that.
But I think also
does not torture the child.
You see, these aunties also, they are still children.
Which aunties?
These aunties, the housemaids at home.
Yes.
Some of them are still also children, and their bosses.
What do you mean by children? Below 18?
They are below 18, and their bosses stresses them. Do whatever you have taught us to these maids. So you stress them, and you forget to know that they are also stressed. Now, they manifest their stress to your children.
Exactly. That projection of stress to your
Oh,
child.
it is called projection.
Yes.
So they project their stress, the stress which transfer of stress. What is it called?
Projecting.
You stress them,
It is transferred or projected onto
and now they
your
stress
own child because you traced that.
So it comes back to you again.
Exactly. Yes. So that one is talked of them being children. We do not accept that as the law.
Yes,
Uganda
for a child under 18
Yes,
to
those
be
are minors,
working.
that we call it child labor.
Child labor.
And it is actually condemnable under the law that they are not supposed to be used as housemaids, as babysitters below 18. That is, anyone, by the way, found with a maid
of below 18, it is a crime.
Yeah, it is a crime. So it is under condemnation. You're not supposed to do that. And this is actually my advice before I divert from the topic, that it's not good for you to harshly treat the person who gives care to your child, the person who you leave your child with. Actually, someone sent me an article, and this was the article, and it was saying that if you lock your bedroom as you go to work and leave your the maid with your child, then who is more important? What is more important? Is it the property within your bedroom or the child that you have left?
You lock the bedroom. You don't trust the maid with your bedroom,
but
and you trust the maid
with your child. Then what is more important? Is it what is in your bedroom or it is your child?
Can you tell us? You trust your children, the maid with your children.
Yes.
And you don't trust your maid with your bedroom.
Yes.
What is more valuable to you?
And I believe that's why I actually don't lock my bedroom.
What is more valuable?
I don't lock my bedroom because the child
you left the maid with your most valuable thing in your life. Those are your children. So the bedroom is not, but most people lock bedrooms.
And I believe they value what is the bedroom more than the child. Because this very maid who can access your bedroom,
yes,
is now left with your child. So if you don't want to access your bedroom, so she cannot stay with your child.
Definitely.
So think about that.
So don't be with a maid whom you cannot trust with your.
Exactly. If you trusted her and left her with your baby, trust her to leave your bedroom without locking it.
And if you trust her up to that point, it becomes a home to her.
Exactly.
It becomes a home.
She becomes part of that.
So if you see that you can't trust her with at that point, don't leave her with your children.
Exactly. That is what it means. So that's how.
This is a by the way, but it is a lesson
for us to learn.
It is not stress, because we are on a topic of stress in children, but as a parent,
that is very important.
Your life, your children
are more worthy than the property
yes,
within your bedroom.
Yes.
So let us continue the stress in children, and we are seeing how they are manifesting. And actually, I'll also say, as I wanted us to go ahead and give a warning over masters, over servant, that is parents and babysitters, that never stress the maid, for she will project the stress onto the child that you live at home with her. The moment you stress her, you're not there. but the stress will go onto the child. And you remember we have said this child may not tell you what is stressing until you have observed, you have tried to be keen to see how the child has changed in the lifestyle to know that there's something that is stressing this child. Because for babies who cannot speak totally, you will realize that this child is being starved. So of course, if you don't give whatever you give to your child to this maid, like you don't allow her to eat from the food she prepares at home, then you have left the milk behind. She will take the milk and give the child black tea or water, or more dilute the milk more and then give. Because there's also a maid who was stressed by the master, and then what happened? Of course, with anger, I think she had to burn the baby. Burnt the baby, dressed the baby in the socks. Of course, placed the baby in hot water. Hey. After dressed the baby in the socks, when the maid, the mother of the baby came back, child was crying and asking, I don't know why the child is crying. But until the mother took the baby to hospital, found out that this child had been burnt and dressed in socks by the feet. So that is a lesson for us to learn, that never stress the child you entrust your baby with.
Yes.
Because all the stress will be projected onto your own child. Yes, I was saying that is when we see the children clinging, that more clinging
to the mother,
to anyone in the home other than the person who causes the stress. So they get the clinging business because they feel they're not secure, they're not safe. So those are the few forms of how children will manifest. I repeat, there is bedwetting, nightmares, teeth cracking, they try to cling, the performance in class deteriorates for those who are learning. Of course, the older children, they also try to fight the oppressing others, showing that they have also power, because they are projecting the stress too.
And in fact, we always hear parents say, these children are stressing me. These children, they are stressors. They are stressing me. Not forgetting that they also stress the children.
It has been worse in this season of COVID-19. That parents thought they are stressing children, but also children are being stressed by
the parents.
Every now and then they are saying, when are you going back to school? We are fed up of you. You are the parents.
Yes.
How do you get fed up of your own children? When is the president actually declaring the schools open? Because we are tired
of you.
But they are own children. This is their home. Where do you expect them to go? Exactly, that was it. So that is, they are also getting stressed. Others are actually doing what they are not supposed to. I'm seeing so many move around and they are selling to look for money for survival. That is not to the child. So that also stresses them.
A child of 10, 11,
they are selling,
you find him with
vending,
a very big saucepan of maize.
Yes, they are now vendors. And
vendors.
The season has caused them stress. And I believe others have, that's why to the extent, they have, for the female.
Yeah, so many are getting pregnant, by the way.
Of course, the below 18, they
below 18
who have gotten pregnant because probably they were looking for comfort during this stressful period. It has been stressful for both parent and children.
So in this period, before the schools open, parents look at this.
Yes. And they have to actually, I believe if they had counselors, both parents would be counseled. Parents and children
need to be counseled
to overgo through this, because there has been, I believe, a lot of, as you have heard, domestic violence, the child abuse, gender-based violence has been rampant in this period.
Definitely.
So children have also fallen victim
of this
period due to the abuse. Others have been abused, many of them. So that is the stress in children that should not be underlooked, but should be taken into account such that children can grow with an upright mind. We said stress, of course, affects the emotions and the physical. it by causing tension. So if we can observe that, we can also help these children to grow physically and mentally well. I believe that is all.
This is Healthy Touch. I urge you to subscribe. Click on that bell icon. Whenever we put a new video, you are the first to know that we have put. You can leave a comment, like, share these videos. If you have any topic you want us to discuss, you can leave it there. Thank you again.
Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.